In this video, we are going to see how to save Chatbot contact email to Airtable. So let's say you're using Joonbot as a website bot builder and you want that every time a new contact is added here, the same contact should be reflected in your Airtable spreadsheet as a new row. Now, how can you do that? For this, you will have to integrate these two applications, and the same can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application will be Joonbot and your action application will be Airtable. Now, how can you do this yourself and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we have to first type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, it will take us to the landing page of this software. Here on the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you simply have to click on sign in. If you are a new user, then you will have to click on sign up tab, and here at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now, since I'm an existing user, I'm simply going to click on sign in. And now I have reached the all applications page. As we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software, let's click on access now. And now we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see create workflow. So let's click on this and a dialog box appears which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to save a chatbot contact email to our Airtable, which means that I have to integrate the two applications Joonbot and Airtable. So I'm going to name it as Joonbot to Airtable integration. Let's click on create here. And now we have reached another window which has got two very important events, trigger and action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically, trigger is that makes your workflow run and action is the response to it. So here I'm going to choose the application Joonbot. And here it is. Let's click on this. And now here it is asking for the trigger event. Trigger event is the event that will make this workflow start. And here it is configure webhooks. Let's click on this. And now here you can see that you have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge between the two applications to connect them. So I'm going to copy this down and then we have to follow the following steps so that we can actually set up this connection. So first of all, we have to log into our Joonbot account. Once done, we have to click on the bot name for which we wish to set the webhooks. So here I'm going to take you to my Joonbot account and then we have to select the chatbot. So let's say it is Tastebot. I'm going to click on this. Going back to Pabbly Connect, it is now asking me to follow the steps as mentioned here for setting up webhooks. So you can click on this and here I'm going to tell you exactly what we have to do. So once we go to this Joonbot, here if we scroll down, you can see trigger a webhook. So I'm going to click on this. And now here on the left hand side, you can see change block type and then edit my webhooks. So I'm going to click on edit my webhooks. And here on the right hand side, you can see create webhook. Let's click on this. So once done, here we have to name this webhook. So let's say I'm going to name it as Joonbot new webhook. So I have named it. The webhook method would be post. Here we have two options, post and get. We'll have to choose post. And here we have to paste the URL that we have just copied from here. So I'm going to copy it and then go here and paste this. So once done, this is going to be the same. I'm just going to click on create. So as soon as I do that, here you can see that Joonbot new webhook, this particular webhook has been created. So going back to Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on capture webhook response, and now it is saying that we have to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Again, we are going to go back to our Joonbot account and here we are going to go down and click on trigger a webhook. Now here we have to select the webhook that we have created. So which one is it? It is Joonbot new webhook. Let's click on this. And do we want it to be asynchronous? So it has to be no. So let's click on save. So once done, here I'm going to click on preview. And now here you can see that we have received this message. Hi, they are ready to transform your visitor's experience. Let's click on this. And as soon as it happens, here you have a question, what brings you here today? So you can answer as per the status, like I am going to click on I'm new and want to learn more. As soon as I do that, it is asking me for the name. So let's say the name is Demo Dummy. And now as I click on enter, now it is asking me for the email address, and I'm writing demodummy@pabblytudes.com. And now let's click on enter. So as soon as we are done, so here we have received the name and email address of the person. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here you can see that we have received the response. Now we want this information to be shared on Airtable. So I'm going to now choose my next action application as Airtable. So let's click on this. Once done, here we have to choose the action event. My action event would be to create a new record. So I'm going to click on now connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Airtable account, for which I'm going to click on add new connection. And as soon as I do that, to set up the connection, it needs a token. For this token, first you have to log into your Airtable account, and then this hyperlink account, I'm going to click on this to receive the API key. So this is the account section. If I scroll down here, you can see that this is our API key. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to just paste. Now let's click on save, and here you can see that Pabbly Connect and Airtable are now connected. Then here we have to select the base ID and table name. So for this, I'm going to take you back to my Airtable account. So here you can see that we have got these workspaces, and within these workspaces we have got different bases. So within this Pabbly Connect, I have created a base, and the name of my base is Joonbot Details. So I'm going to now click on this. So here you can see that I have got two fields. One is name, another one is email. Now here if I need to have the created time, I can click on this plus sign, and here I can look for the field name created time. So this is created time. As soon as I do that and click on create field, here you can see that we have a field created. Next time, whenever I have received the details, it will also show me the time of creation. So now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to choose my base ID as Joonbot Details. Since there was only one table, so the system will automatically capture the table. See, it is table 1. And now we are supposed to map the data. Mapping basically means that we have already received this data in our previous steps, and now we are just going to retrieve it. So I'm going to click on this, go back to my first step, and here is the name. Let's click on this. Then we need the email address. So I'm going to again click on this, and this is my email address. And now let's click on save and send test request. So as soon as we have done that, see here we have received the API response where we have the created time, we have the demo dummy as name and the email address. Now if I take you back to my Joonbot Details, see here we have received the same information. So basically this means that this integration process is a success, but we also need to check it in real time. This was just a test submission. So now to check it in real time, I'm going to quickly go back to my Joonbot account. So once I'm here, I'm again going to click on preview, and now I'm again going to fill in details. So now it is asking me what brings you here today. So let's say I'm new and want to learn more. As soon as I do that, it is asking me for the name. So let's say the name is test user 1, and then we have the email ID. So I'm now going to provide the email ID. It is testuser1@pabblytudes.com. Now let's click on enter. So once done, what should happen? I should receive this information, basically the name and the email address and the created time on my Airtable. So going back to Airtable, so here, yes, I have received the information. So basically this means that this entire integration process is a success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here we are quickly going to understand what did we do. This was a very easy two-step integration process where our trigger application was Joonbot, and here the trigger event was configure webhooks. The action application was Airtable, and the action event was create record. Now, if in case you have got any doubts, then do not worry. You can always refer to the same workflow on which we have just worked. This is there in the video description, and you can also clone the same workflow and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other advice or suggestion for us, you can always write to us. I hope this was helpful. To watch more such videos, you can always subscribe to our channel, which is there on YouTube. If you have any queries, you can write to us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you want to know our pricing plans, then you can visit us at this particular site. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you have liked this video.